And just a reminder, I am doing this trying to raise money for Akron's Children's Hospital in Akron, Ohio. All donations are tax deductible, and if you look on my page, on my Twitch page, you will see a link. You'll see a link that will take you to my donation and fundraising page. So yeah, thank you for watching, and get some of those kids some money. Probably shouldn't have picked that up because I need to lose energy later on this level to beat it. Oh well. Old habits die hard. Okay, Trav918. I don't know if you checked my rules, but yeah. No swearing in this chat. Let's keep it family friendly here. Yeah, I have no patience for people who break the rules like that because it's really easy to just take a minute or two just to actually look over them. And I don't know if it's impossible to on Twitch Mobile or not, but they're there, so. Yeah, this is the original. Yeah, this is the first one. This is Mega Man X. I actually like 2 better than 1, but I'm a lot better at 1, and I don't have a cartridge version of 2. I only have the Anniversary Collection on PS2 version of that one, so. This is the stupidest jump in the game. second dumbest jump in the game, I should say. I don't know why I'm not getting it there. The dumbest being the one for the arm upgrade and Flame Mammoth stage. That's the dumbest. Yeah, I have Mega Man. Well, I have regular Mega Man 2, classic Mega Man 2 on my NES. And then I also have the Anniversary Collection of that for the PS2 as well. And we have to come back to this level later because I want to get the heart tank there. That's in one of those igloos that I can't destroy yet. The Anniversary Collection's okay. In my case, I guess I prefer the original controller stuff. The original controller stuff, and it's, I don't know. Maybe that's just what I'm used to. Yeah, but the collections. There's nothing wrong with having collections if you can't get the original console and system, games and stuff, because they're getting pretty expensive. They're starting to get pretty expensive, but there's nothing wrong with the compilations. In my case, I just prefer if I have the original version, I'm going to use that before I use one that a compilation one. Generally, is what it is. So see, I got my Super NES in 07, and I got this game a couple weeks after I got the. Yeah, I think it was a couple weeks after I got the Super NES, or was it a year later? One of the two. But I also have the X Collection too. Yeah, I haven't played 10 or 9 because I don't have a Wii or PS3 to play it on. So I've only played up through 8, and then X1 through 6. I have X7 and X8, I just haven't played through them yet. The one on GameCube, would that be a network transmission? Yeah, I'm pretty much just going the I'm going the old speedrun route, or at least a permutation of it. Because next would technically be Spark Mandrill, but his level's a pain with the mid boss is a pain with the electricity on. So see, I'm doing the old route. So after this would probably be Flame Mammoth, and then back to the weakness order. I'm not going for speed. I'm competent. I can generally beat this game with little trouble. So. Get down here. Thank you. Yeah, it might have been Command Mission, though. I think Command Mission is also on PS2, I believe. Yeah, it is on PS2. I have it. But I think it's network transmission that's on GameCube. I just realized I didn't remember if I got that E-Tank or not. I did, though. Okay. Oh. That's a tough question. The worst one? I've only played up through 6. And I'm tempted to... I don't think any of them are bad games per se. Like, I enjoy them all, and... Okay, X2 is my favorite, so that one's definitely not gonna be the worst. And I have a soft spot for X4 because that was the first one I played and owned. I have to go with 6 is the worst, but I'm not going to say it's a bad, horrible game that no one should ever play. And quite frankly, if it wasn't made as a Mega Man X game, I think people would actually enjoy it more. What do you think? I'm not crazy about, in terms of the classic series, I'm really not too crazy about Mega Man 6, but then I've only played through it once. But I'm actually not too crazy about the first one either. 7's actually my favorite for the classic series. I enjoy Mega Man 2. I don't think it's the best, but I do enjoy it. I like 5 a lot, too. Which, I know 5's kind of iffy for some people, but I like 5. I mean, there's really not a bad game in the series per se. It's just whatever you kind of feel like playing, whatever I kind of feel like playing at the time. You know, the ranking system in X6 was annoying, but it was very abusable, and you didn't have to be perfect per se, and it just, like, I don't know how many, I played through it twice on the, I played through it twice actually, once with just X and once with 0 and X, mainly using 0 then, and it wasn't, the ranking system didn't bother me too badly, but my main goal was to rescue all the Reploids, so that kind of took priority there. Oh, I gotta die. That jump. That jump. I hate that. Every time I nail that jump first try, no one ever watches. And, like, when people watch, I never hit it first try. It's just how it goes. I hit it at MacFest once on the first try. I was like, what? Yeah, don't worry about that right now. Oh, again? Come on. I'm really botching this up. It's not hard luck, it's me just not being precise enough. I mean, I don't know how often people miss that or not. But I miss it pretty often. And even with a lot of practice and other things, I'm used to things going wrong. It's just it's the way things go when with gaming and stuff, and you just have fun, accept the mistakes and stuff, and see their third try. Hopefully, yeah. If you can't accept the fact that things might go wrong on occasion while playing, whether you're speedrunning or just doing casual stuff like this, it's what's the point of playing? It can be frustrating and stuff, but it's not the end of the world. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all the items, but I'm not gonna get the Hadouken, because one, it takes a while, and two, I never hit anything with it anyways. So I never have the energy. I either miss and then lose energy, or I just don't have the energy to use it. So I'm gonna get everything but the Hadouken pretty much. So yeah, because you don't want to see me try to use it. It's not pretty. Yeah, I wouldn't call. I rarely call anything really this. If I have a stream curse, it's something very different than what other people's is. Let me just put it that way. If there's one thing I've learned all these years of gaming is that it's very rare when it's actually I generally don't get upset with games unless if a game is hard because it's programmed to be hard, I'm not gonna get upset at it. If it's hard and tough because because it's just badly made, that's another story. But and see, I think I do get a lot of good luck and stuff, and I've had some crazy stuff happen before. But generally, as long as I get through the level through the game, by the end of the day, I'm okay. So. Luck's good and nice, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, Now, this is just me playing badly. Extra Life is a charity thing that it's technically it's generally a 24-hour thing, but you don't have to do it in 24 hours, and it's something that goes across the entire U.S. and its money goes to specific hospitals chosen by the streamer. I've been doing this off and on since the official day was October 25th, but you didn't have to do it on that day. You could do it any day, and you could do it for 24 hours, 10 hours, or whatever, as long as you just get up to 24 hours at some point. And I just do it throughout the rest of the year, usually. So yeah, none of the money goes to me. It all goes directly to Akron Children's Hospital, because that's my children's hospital for this. Yeah, I'm not interested in raising money for myself via streaming, because I'm not that good, and even if I was, money's one thing that I don't worry about having for the most part. I either have it or I don't, and I adjust, so. Oh yeah, I should have gone to I have to go back to Chill Penguin. That's right. Yeah, it's still possible to sign up and do Extra Life too, because the website's pretty easy to use and follow and stuff. It's free to do. Whoa! I got plenty more lives than I thought. Okay. Pretty much almost any stream I do too for the rest of the year, probably, or for a while, is gonna be for is geared toward Extra Life. Though I might do a couple of non-ones and stuff, but yeah. Whoa. Can I get the heart here? That jump used to take me forever. I don't know. Dashing, I'm not sure. I've never had trouble with it. I mean, I use the default controls for this game too, and so maybe that makes it a bit hard. Maybe that makes it easier or harder. And I generally try to use the same controls when I play on PS2. It's the same. Have the buttons in the same place generally. So. Some of it's just practice and taking time and stuff too, and dashing's going to feel different from game to game as well. So, but falling down pits feels the same in every game. In every Mega Man game. Okay, where am I? I'm back here. Okay. Saber Dash canceling feels different too if you're familiar with that, with 0 and X5, 4, 5, and 6. Can't I see? Yeah, funny thing about that, if you beat, for some reason, beating Storm Eagle before doing Spark Mandrill stage turns the lights off. It keeps turning the lights on and off. I mainly play platformers and I mainly play 2D platformers and the PS2 era Grand Theft Autos. So a lot of Sonic, a lot of Mega Man, some Zelda, occasional RPG. This is gonna be a 99%. This is gonna be a everything but Hadouken run. That's what it's gonna be. I've heard of Broforce. I see it pop up at the SDA forum sometimes. I never played it. How is it? I still didn't go back to... Keep trying to go back to Chill Penguin and get that heart. I haven't played a Hyrule Warriors yet. It looks pretty cool. I don't have a system to play it on, to be honest, but yeah, that's right. It looks pretty cool. The only Persona I have is Nocturne. I've played it for maybe 20 minutes, and that's it so far. I definitely need to spend a lot more time with that. Where'd my timing go? Oh, death to the armadillo. Steve, that was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. For me, Final Fantasy VI, then 8. Okay. Chill, penguin. Get the heart. That's right. Keep running. Keep going. Seven is Final Fantasy VII. I don't hate the game, and I do like it. I do enjoy it. I've beaten it. I just don't. And the blocky people is part of it because. And normally I'm not big on I'm not super really critical on graphics, but they could have done better even then. I think with the graphics even in 96, 97, but there's just something about it that I don't know. It's just I don't think it's as great as people say, and I think part of it is because it's. I think in some ways it tries to, maybe because it's not 6, which means I don't like it as much. I don't know. I've never been too crazy. I enjoy 7. It's a good game. It's just not my favorite. I've never really got all the hype for it and stuff. Oh. I have never done that before. Yes, Final Fantasy ampersand, the best of them. That's okay. A lot of time, I think sometimes you can just get in such a rush to say things that we completely don't. You make mistakes when you type and stuff, and one thing I can say is to if you have good writing habits from outside of text conversations, like if you tend to write well for other things for like school and stuff like that, you'll you'll find it a lot easier for to not make mistakes when like typing in chats and texting and stuff. Steve, what are you doing? You're not playing right. Not playing at all. There we go. I'm gonna take the ship down again. Okay. Yeah, they can be. I really didn't play too well there, that's all. Where's the result? Yes, sir. I'm not the most talkative person when I play, especially against certain games like this one. Water Temple in Ocarina of Time. I used to hate it. And after doing it 2 or 3 times afterwards, I stopped hating it. Once I figured it out and could remember about that key in the central tower that I always forget about, it wasn't much of a problem. Now the Shadow Temple, on the other hand, that one I still don't like. And Great Bay Temple of Majora's Mask, ugh. Never been too crazy about that one. That one's bad. But Water Temple and Ocarina, it's not so bad compared to some of the others once you get used to it. What's coming after X? What's coming after Mega Man X is me taking a shower and going to bed because I have church in the morning and it's going to be a long day. And I do need to get some rest, so. I've been going since about noon, I think, so. In Eastern Standard Time. Hardest water level? Oh, God, that was my last life. Oh, shoot. Didn't think about that. Hardest level. Hardest water level. The one that sticks out to me is generally the Great Bay Temple, but the Labyrinth Zone in the original Sonic the Hedgehog used to give me a lot of trouble. Mainly the boss. It took me forever to figure that out. But once I figured it out, it wasn't too bad, but, I mean, I can think of some levels that have water sections in them that drive me nuts, like Click Clockwood and Banjo-Kazooie, and portions of Rusty Bucket Bay, but they're not water levels per se. They just have water in them. The only level in Super Mario World that drove me nuts was one of the gave me trouble. It wasn't one of the water levels, but it was one of the special world levels. And I think I spent about 3 hours straight just like trying to beat it, and I eventually did. I can't remember if it was Groovy or Tubular, but it was one of them, and it was That's how a lot of games were made back then. You just had to keep pushing through until you do it. You know, it's perseverance and repetition and practice. That's what will get you through game. That's what will get you through a lot of games. And we've kind of lost that in some ways with certain games and genres. That's okay. It's I'll let it slide sometimes and stuff. It's just I know it's a very bad. It's very hard for people not to do it when they're used to doing it. It's something I've struggled with too, and I used to swear a lot actually, and then one day I just got sick of doing it, but still stuff comes out on occasion. But yeah, it's something it takes practice and time, and I'm not gonna just outright ban you. Like that one guy, he just went right to the F word and was pretty much just trolling and insulting. So, Kaizo, I've never played Kaizo. I've watched people play it though. I mean, I have no problem with I want to be the guy style game and Kaizo style game. I'm just not good at them, so I generally don't play them. Oh yeah, I have to go back to a Spark Mantle too. What about X4? Like, what about it when I saw it? Was like graphics or what? Actually, X4 still holds up very well graphically today too. For a game came out, what, 97, 98, it looks pretty good. It sounds good and it plays good too. It's a very solid game. And it's a lot of fun too, especially with Zero. That's one thing I do like about X4, 5, and 6. The graphics, there's something about them that's just very well thought out. And I know X6 was a rush job, but considering that the graphics are pretty similar to what they were in X5, it works pretty well. Run, go. I first got X. I actually have 2 copies of X4. Well, technically 3 if you include the. But I originally had it on got it on the PC. It was in the bargain bin or something like that. I got it like 4 or 5 years after it came out, and it was fun. It was hard. I couldn't legitimately beat it. And I didn't actually beat it without cheating until 2007. Yeah, 2007 it was. This is not How to Fight Sting Chameleon. Oh, come on, get up there. And yeah, X was kind of easy, and Zero was a bit more challenging at first, but after I did it a couple times, it wasn't as bad, and it's a lot more fun. Actually, I need to rethink that. I actually have yeah, 3 copies of X4, yeah. The PC version, I have it on PS1, and I have it on the Anniversary Collection. Or the X Collection, I mean. Okay, I'm here to get the last E-Tank. And then I'm going to go fill the E-Tanks. Which hopefully shouldn't take more than a couple minutes. Sorry about that. Just to be safe. I have not played Earthbound. I want to, and I'll probably either just fire it up on emulator one day or buy Mother 2 and play that instead. And hopefully just be able to figure it out without, since I can't read Japanese. I have my Super NES modded to play, so it'll play Super Famicom carts, so I can play Japanese Super Nintendo, I can play Japanese games on it. Or I mean, I guess I could just buy a Wii U and buy it from that then, but I don't want a Wii U yet, so. I do actually have some Earthbound, I do have an Earthbound sweater, hoodie that gets a lot of use, though. I'm familiar with the game, I just haven't actually played through it yet. Then there's a lot of RPGs I haven't played through yet. Let me finish up 3 here. Okay, one more tank to go. See, Mother 3, I haven't played that one either, or Mother 1 or /Earthbound 0. I don't have Secret of Evermore. I do have Secret of Mana, though, which I've played for a tiny bit, but I haven't got too far in. Legend of Mana, I've completed that. I have Sword of Mana as well on the GBA, which is a remake of the first Seiken Densetsu game. Okay, Opta Sigma. This section used to give me a lot of trouble when I was younger, when I first was playing the game. Still does on occasion, but not near as much as it used to. Whoa! I forgot I can't dash jump off that like I wanted to. Should the X series have ended with 5? I would have been okay with it if it did. I mean, that's, as a writer, I have to agree with that. I think it was Inafune, right? Yeah. That is where, if that's where he wanted to end because he was in charge of writing, yes, it should have ended with X5. Instead of a cap, but I'm kind of glad we got X6, because that game's got a lot of cool music. I'm having some platform trouble here. Hey, I could stink Chameleon Charge. I'm gonna do that. I will do that after Vile. There you go. Now we're in business. Yeah, I can't get that skip. I've never been able to get that skip. I'm not even gonna try for it tonight. Sorry, I get tired. Don't think I'm gonna be done after this game. Oops, missed. Oh, PS4s. I don't know. I don't even have a PS3. The newest system I have, the newest systems I have are The GameCube and the PS2. So I'm like 2 generations behind. But I'm okay being a couple generations behind too, console-wise. But it's up to you. If there's a lot of stuff on there you want, I'd say go for it. But if there's just 1 or 2 games and or money could be used elsewhere, it's really up to you. I'm starting to cramp up a bit. This boss used to give me a lot of trouble. Like, whenever I can not hit him or beat him or whatever, but something else that took up just time and practice. I'm still not good at figuring out where he's going to land, though. Where he's going to stop walking at. Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. See, I'm not really big on playing online. I mean, I'm not against it or anything. I prefer single player stuff. And I mean, my brother and I play stuff together on occasion, but I've just never been big on doing a lot of multiplayer stuff. I mean, yeah, it's big now and everything. It's a big, it's decent because it's, brings more of a social aspect to gaming, but I'm gonna refill my E-tank here. There we go. Oh, Kingdom Hearts. I have some of them. I haven't played too much of them, though. I like what I've played. I definitely need to spend some time with them. No, my brother plays them a lot. He's played through a good number of them. Unless it's over, I think there's a Kingdom Hearts marathon going right now on I think Bloody Biscuit's channel. Who is this? Chill Penguin, that's right. I have NES, Genesis, Super NES, 32X, N64, GameCube, with the GBA, with the Game Boy Advance player, PS1 and a PS2, and a PC. I also have a couple of Ataris downstairs, but I don't need. But they're actually my dad's, not mine. But they do work. I like PC. I don't touch my PC games very often, actually. Just don't play as often as I should, but they're I like it, but at the same time, it's frustrating having to upgrade every so often and stuff. Because like with a console, it's a game that came out for it, and say for example, okay, this comes out what, 93, 94-ish. It doesn't require anything extra. Anything extra would actually be on the game's chip itself, on the in the game data itself. And let's say Kirby's Dream Land 3 comes out, 4 or 5 years later, and it doesn't require anything, any extra upgrades or anything, and that's part of it. And I don't know, most of the games I have were made for Windows 95 and came out during the time of Windows 98. So they don't work very well with Windows 7, even with workarounds and such. I mean, there's a lot you can do, and I'm also not big on a lot of digital stuff either. I prefer having hard copies. Yeah, the GBA player is great to have with the GameCube. It does GBA. It does Game Boy Advance, regular Game Boy, and Super Game Boy. And I think it'll play Game Boy Color too. Actually, I think. Yeah. I think it does Game Boy Color. It's very good to get. Just make sure that if you get one, DOS. DOS. I used to have a Commodore 64, which wasn't DOS, but it was close enough in some ways. No, but yeah. Just if you get a Game Boy player, make sure that it has the boot disc, because in order for the GameCube to run it properly, it needs a boot disc in the CD drive. And if you don't have it, you won't be able to use it. Pretty much is what it is. You won't be able to play a game, use it for Game Boy games and such. That's worth a shot. Why am I using his weapon? His own weapon against him? Next up is, I think it's Stink Million. Yeah, it should be Stink Million. Yeah, Stink Million. Now it's going where it's supposed to. I believe Sparky's up next. Yeah. I always forget if I just hit L instead of R, L will take me right to the shotgun ice. I've never played MMX, the first MMX on PC, unless you count emulator, but I've played X3 and X4 on a PC. Okay, yeah. Okay, Flame Mammoth. Except for the refights. Yeah, that'd be fine. You could do go ahead. You could do that, as long as it's not like anything porn or anything like that. Okay. Ouch. Whoa. Stop that. Please. Handhelds. I had a Sega Nomad, but the screen died on it. Aside from that, no, I don't have any handhelds. I do plan on getting a DS at some point. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a 3DS. I'm not sure about that one. I wouldn't mind having a DS because there are some very good games on that I wouldn't mind playing. My brother bought a Nintendo 64 a year or two after it had been out, and while it was technically his, I had a lot of games for it myself, and well, at least I didn't use an E-Tank up. That's good. But anyways, we had a ton of games for it and everything, and one day we decided to let one of my brother's friends, in quotes, we did a temporary swap where we borrowed his PS1 so he could get an idea about the games on that, and he borrowed the 64. Well, we find out a couple months later that he sold the 64 to get a PS2. Not very happy about this because I had a lot of good games on that system. And it's taken me a while to get my collection back up to where it was. I'm still trying to find a couple of those games. But thankfully I got a 64 for Christmas in '03. Yeah, my brother got it for me, and it gets a decent amount of use. Not as much as it used to, but... yeah, one of the things is if you do have games, especially if you're I suggest especially if you're younger, definitely to and I mean younger is technically kind of a relative term, but play what you do have, enjoy it, and instead of being like me and having like 400 plus games that you've amassed over the years that you haven't half of which you haven't even touched yet. So. I have Mischief Makers. I barely played it. I love Treasure. Especially there's stuff in the Genesis. Treasure's probably my favorite developer, actually. All by Konami. Don't like doing this right now, but have to. Okay, please be lucky today, please be lucky today. Thank you for the lift. This is not going too well. Never mind. Game. First try. Oh, my guilty pleasure when it comes to games. Oh boy. What's your guilty pleasure, Draconics? Oh, and Trav 918. Oh gosh. So that guy I banned earlier is following me. Well, thank you, and you keep your language up. If you will behave next time, maybe you can stay around longer. My guilty pleasure is probably it's The Sims. The Sims 2, mainly The Sims 2, but yeah, The Sims. That's my guilty pleasure. Well, oh yeah, definitely use multiple save files in games if you can. That's a definite must. Figured that out. Found that out years ago playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Well, I need to get some sleep because I have church in the morning and it's going to be a busy day with that. So, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, thanks for, got a bunch of follows today, which I didn't expect. So yeah, thanks for having some good conversation too. So yeah, this is Stephen Warden Traveler, Flask signing out. Rock hard, ride free, God bless, good gaming, good night.